Hello, everyone. Thank you for listening to another episode of Dan Tony Sports. My name is Dan Snyder, joined as always by Dan O'Shea, Tony Casper. We have Dan Beebe here tonight. We have a special guest. I'll introduce them. On the other side of our poem, we're going to talk football. We're going to talk basketball. We're going to talk crazy prop bet picks for the week because I win. For the first time in a while, I win with 7 wins. So we all got back to our winning ways. But like I said, we're going to have our poem first. And this one, it's more of a rant than a poem, but it rhymes, so I count it. It's called Why Schedule Cupcakes. Why schedule cupcakes this late in the season? You're afraid of real teams. That is the reason. Looking at these games, I don't know what's worser, Clemson playing the Citadel or Bama playing Mercer. This is pure garbage, and it needs to end. We're helping these schools is how they defend. Helping them how? By paying them cash? By taking them to the shed and kicking their ass? We need reform, and we need it now. I can fix this system. I'll tell you how. There are 10 different conferences and independents too. Independents, join a conference or no playoffs for you. If you win your conference, congrats, you are in. Coaches of losing teams rank those that did win. Teams 1 and 2 have a first round bye, while teams 3 through 10 will play to try to move on until just 2 remain. This, obviously, is the championship game. But this can't happen without serious change, like limiting teams to 1 out-of-conference game. No scheduling cupcakes, you must play good teams. But this will never happen. It's all in my dreams.
That was excellent.
Thank you.
That's your argument that you've been making for weeks now.
For years.
And now you put it into rhyme.
That's the impressive
freaking years.
Although you did make up some words. I'm pretty sure worser's not a word.
I literally asked Christine if she thought putting worser in there would be a problem.
I mean, they did play Mercer. I'm not a huge fan of this late season cupcake. Like, I can get the first part. That's always been justifiable to me because of the fact that you do want to have your teams make sure that everything's going in the motions and everything. Although I don't like them because I feel like the game gets out of control in the first half and then you're really not watching much of a game. I really don't like it this late in the year, personally.
Never. I've never liked playing cupcakes. It has always irritated me, except for when Appalachian State beats Michigan, because I freaking loved that. That was my favorite football game that I've ever seen.
I love any time where they lose.
Well, yeah, you're an Ohio State fan. I hate Michigan. We can agree on that. But
that's about it.
In all honesty, that's not it. I mean, we both like the Knicks.
I hate Michigan fans, so...
Yeah, we all hate Michigan fans. But I've always hated when you see, like, Alabama playing Mercer or Clemson playing the Citadel for the 2 examples that we've had. I'm more okay with Alabama playing Kent State or Akron or Idaho, or as long as they're FBS.
So you have a bigger problem when it becomes FCS against FBS. That's your bigger issue.
Right. This is what I would do. This is if I had the ability to change things. If you want to make the playoffs, if you're a Power 5 conference team, you have to play another FBS team. If you're a group of 6, then you can play an FCS team. If not, no playoffs.
Yeah. I can see your argument, but you're also you're running into an. I mean, I don't know that I could ever see Notre Dame ever choosing to join a conference. I think you're correct in if they're going to choose one, they probably belong in the Big Ten. But that being said, I don't know that they're ever going to do that. There's more money to be made for them being independent and working out their own deals, it seems like.
Not if they can't make the playoff.
Yeah, exactly. He was going to require them to make playoffs, which, they're
doing a good enough job keeping themselves out of the playoffs.
I mean, their quarterback was Deshaun Kaiser. And we see what he does with the Browns. So.
Is that really his fault, though? It is the Browns.
Yes. I mean, he could have said, I'm not going to play for the Browns.
That seems to be what's happening to a lot of
he looks like he
people
fits right
thinking about coming out of the draft this
watching
year.
them against Jacksonville, watching him...
No. We are no longer going to refer to the Jaguars as Jacksonville. They are Saxonville.
Fine.
Defense, right?
Their defense is ferocious. I love it.
All right, so we've got a lot of fun that we're going to get to. And the first thing we're going to do is introduce our guest, Tom Gozlowski. Goz the third. You have so many nicknames that, in fact, we're going to give you one of our own because I don't feel like calling you Goz or Gauzy Bear or anything that you've ever been called. So before we pick your new nickname, why don't you just say hi and tell us a little bit about yourself?
What's up, guys? Hopefully I'm not choking on a chicken wing. I'm good. Can I suggest the mayor of Saxonville, since we're going to just go with the Saxonville thing?
Well, that's a title.
Oh, the title. That's right.
You
Yes,
can be the...
that.
Yes.
Yes. Born and raised in Syracuse, moved out to Albany in May of 2015. Host the Levac and Goz show, 2 to 7 on 104.5 The Team. Cheap plug right there.
Oh, not a cheap plug. It's fine.
Oh, perfect. And then I beat Mr. Daniel Snyder in Death Wishes Fantasy Football League, and I am owning up to the bet. I said if I beat you this week, I need to be a guest on the Dan Tony Sports podcast. And sure enough, here I am on a chair in your living room on the podcast.
Absolutely. And really quickly, I lost this week to Kane by 1.2 points because the Cowboys stopped a meaningless 2-point conversion.
Oh, that is heartbreak.
My favorite team. Not only did they lose, they kept me from winning because they stopped Zach Ertz from getting in the end zone on a Carson Wentz pass.
Well, if they had lost and you had not lost, would you feel the sting of the loss as keenly?
Well, the potential money that I'd get from Death Wish would help.
They want you to just really feel that deep in your soul.
The potential Death Wish money would definitely help in healing that pain. But no, I can say, though, losing to Kane, I was chokeslammed.
That's right. By God, it's got to be Kane. That's Kane.
Yes. All right. So, guys, we have 4 nicknames that we've thought of, and we're going to allow you to choose the one you want.
Okay.
The first one that we have is Wizard of Goz.
It's interesting you bring that one up. This is a podcast exclusive. The first time I was ever on the air in Syracuse, I was working as an update anchor and a producer for their afternoon drive show. It's still there. Shout out to Mike Lindsley. He called me the Wizard of Goz on the air for the first time. So that's a good one off the start.
All right. Wow. The second one is Godzilla.
Wow, these are really good. Godzilla is another one. I'm not even making these stories up. I'm like, how deep did you guys dig to my stuff here? Godzilla was a nickname my market manager. So in radio it goes program director, sales manager, market manager. He used to call me that all the time. And remember the old student faculty games I used to have? Remember the And One mixtapes were like the coolest thing ever?
Oh,
yes. We did like full hot sauce, like we did in 8th grade, and I had Godzilla nickname. So 2 for 2. I don't know if you get 2 better ones in this.
Oh, we do.
Oh, well.
The third one is the Everlasting Goz Stopper.
I don't have a story for that. That's also awesome.
And then what I think is probably the most obvious, the Gozfather.
Oh, Gozfather.
You were kind of favoring that.
I personally prefer.
Never heard that one?
I've never heard that one before.
I prefer the Goz Stopper because when I was thinking that one up, I was just cracking up thinking about it, and people at work were like, "What's wrong?"
I'm okay.
How to explain?
Because I have a job where I get to listen to sports radio all day.
Are you
and actually do work
right now?
Yes, I am.
You're
I get
stuck
to
with
listen to them on my way
That's
home.
right.
Oh, I listen to music until Humpty, Canny, and Rothenberg comes on. Listen to them. Then I go to lunch, come back. It's you and Levac.
Give me a job over there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
So I have to vote for one of these 4.
You get to pick whichever
Okay.
one you like the most.
All right. Since the other 2 have been used before in my life, I'm just going to scratch those 2 off. The Everlasting Goz Stopper you like, but it's so long, and if we have to keep saying it on the show, I think I'm just going to go with the Gozfather because I feel like I can slowly start slipping that onto the air on my own show.
You should. You should.
Plug us
Of
every
course,
time.
absolutely we'll plug you guys. So I'm going to go with Gozfather for now because it's so good.
All right. Yep.
Swish.
Tony is the one that came up with that.
Yeah,
Yep.
I like that.
All right. So now that we've got the nickname,
Knee-jerk reaction. We were like, we got to come up with a new nickname, and I was just like, this easy.
like within 30 seconds, he comes back, Gozfather.
That was the only thing. Well, no context. Just that's it.
I knew immediately that was going to be the winner. All right, so we got some rapid fire questions to help get to know you better.
Okay. True.
Like I said, nothing personal. But I do want to run through these quick, so don't think, just respond.
Okay.
Bacon or sausage?
Oh man,
Bacon. Ninjas or pirates?
Ninjas for sure.
Is pineapple an acceptable pizza topping?
No.
All right. Which AC/DC singer is better, Bon Scott or Brian Johnson?
Brian Scott.
First thing you would buy if you won the lottery?
House.
All right. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Is a burrito a sandwich?
No.
Then you don't follow New York State laws.
What? We gotta go back to the burrito thing. I have some follow-up questions.
Yeah, we'll get back to it in a second.
This became an argument one night.
That's a long argument.
We had a long argument about burrito being a sandwich just like 3 days ago.
It was so long.
I see now where it ties in, because I don't know where you went on to
I
that.
want to be in the burrito argument. What happened? All right, go on. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Ruining this.
If you were a wrestler and you could choose any wrestler's theme music for your ring entrance, which would it be?
Rob Van Dam, one of a kind.
Oh,
Someone
that's-
asked me that on the air today, by the way.
Really?
Were you listening?
Sometimes I get pulled away to take phone calls,
That's
so
not acceptable.
yeah, no, trust me, it's not.
Put in the game.
Favorite member of the Shield?
Oh, Dean Ambrose.
Absolutely, good answer.
Me and my friends started to stop rapid fire again, but we actually started doing this as dorks all the time, and then when they broke up, we hadn't done it since.
Oh,
16-year-old
no.
people. Yeah, I know. Really dorky. Sorry, go on.
All right, and then last one, favorite interview you've ever done?
Ooh. Scott Hansen from the NFL Red Zone.
Really?
Scott Hansen from the NFL Red Zone, just because I was filling in that day. This is a couple of years ago, and he was so nice to me. Couldn't have been cooler. And every time he comes on the air, like the passion you see on Red Zone is real. Every time we've talked to him, he's always been money. The only time he wasn't money was mid-interview. Geno Smith got punched in the face by I can probably to stop the interview. Like, Scott, we're so sorry, but Geno Smith's jaw just got broken. We have to scrap the whole interview.
Man.
Scott Hansen.
That's great. That is great.
I really enjoy him on Red Zone. He like when there's nothing going on, he can still.
He doesn't turn it off. Like,
Yeah.
when we talk to him, we usually talk to him every August, and he'll just stop. He'll be like, all right, what pick do you guys got in your fantasy league? All right, how many teams? What's the score? He starts asking us questions about our fantasy leagues rather than promoting Red Zone. He's the man.
That's fantastic. That's good to know.
The best interview that I'd ever done, because I did stuff with WCDB Sports for a couple of years.
Tom Gozlowski.
No.
Today.
Best interview I'd ever done is a tie between Roosevelt Bowie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Very cool.
he's awesome. I interviewed him for a project I was doing on Raleigh Massimino.
Boo.
Oh, Raleigh's the
him
man.
later.
He
No,
just
he's the
recently
worst.
died.
Raleigh
recently
Massimino's
died.
the worst. I'll let you finish, but I got a Raleigh Massimino story for you.
Perfect.
Let you finish.
And then I don't know how much you follow women's college basketball. The head coach of Hartford and UMBC did an interview with both of them at the same time. Jen Rosati, she's not there anymore. She's a world champion. She's not just in basketball. She's a basketball
Really?
coach. Yeah, she won like FIBA World.
Wow.
And Phil Stern from UMBC, because he was like, "Is this an interview?" Jay Sandin and I were like, "Yeah, it's an interview." He's like, "Oh, well, this changes things." And he got all chipper and cheery. He was great. I loved him.
Shout out to Jay Sannon. I haven't talked to him. That dude was hysterical on social media.
Oh, he is.
I think have I told you the Raleigh Massimino story on Twitter before?
I don't know.
Oh man, so Raleigh Massimino, people don't realize this. He was in his early 80s and he was still coaching.
Yeah,
Like he
with,
didn't retire when Villanova's championship ended.
in
right?
a Division III school in Florida, right?
Right. So
Yeah.
I thought hosting in Syracuse morning drive with them. This is perfect. Syracuse is playing Villanova. I'm going to book Raleigh Massimino. It's going to be good to go. So my producer at the time, shout out to Josh Murray, he calls Massimino. It's like, I think it's like 8:30 in the morning. So you're calling an 80-year-old man at 8:30 in the morning, probably off a recruiting trip in December. I'm like, oh boy. And this is live. Josh runs in the studio. He's like, he's shaking his head. He's like, dude, this is going to be bad. He's pissed. He is not happy. So it was just a train wreck from the start. Like, opening question, I threw him a softball. I'm like, Coach, you know, you're talking to Syracuse Capital. You're talking to Syracuse. You've coached against Jim Boeheim before. Any great stories from your times with Jim Boeheim and you? Not really. And that was it. And I'm like, oh boy, how am I going to figure out this interview? So I dumped him after like 2 minutes. He was just an absolute jerk. But my buddies will still text me, or like if an interview's going bad, they'll be like, hey, was that Coach Massimino on the line? Hey, did you send... Now, unfortunately, he passed away, but now we can't do it anymore. But yeah, Massimino and me had a little friction with each other way back when.
Oh, he was quite the character. I watched that Villanova Georgetown championship game because it was an oral history class. I had to basically make an NPR style story.